The space around the human colony was calm and silent. The station floated above a blue and white planet, turning slowly like it had done for many years. Cargo ships moved in and out. Small lights blinked on metal walls. Humans inside followed their normal lives. They worked, talked, laughed, and worried about small things. No one knew that something was watching them from far away. Deep in the dark space beyond the planet, a fleet of unknown ships waited. Their shape was smooth and sharp at the same time, like black stones cut by perfect tools. No windows showed. No lights blinked. Inside those ships, beings watched the human station with cold interest. They had studied many worlds before. They believed this one would be easy. The alien leader stood inside the main ship. He looked at a floating screen that showed the human station in clear detail. He felt calm. His species had never failed when using their gravity-controlled technology. They had stopped armies without firing a single shot. They had frozen entire cities in place and taken what they wanted. He gave a short order. The fleet moved closer. On the human station, Adam was working alone in a maintenance tunnel. He was checking power lines that often failed for no clear reason. His job was simple but tiring. He floated with small thrusters on his boots, pushing himself from wall to wall. He hummed quietly, thinking about finishing early and getting some rest. Then everything changed. Without warning, Adam felt a heavy pressure slam into his body. His tools stopped in midair. His thrusters shut down. His body was pulled hard toward the floor of the tunnel, even though there was no real gravity there before. His chest tightened. Breathing became hard. Outside the station, ships stopped moving. Cargo containers froze in place. Inside the station, people dropped where they stood. Some were walking. Some were talking. Some were sleeping. All of them stopped like statues. The gravity hacking device had activated. The alien fleet watched as the human world froze. Sensors showed perfect results. Movement across the station dropped to near zero. Heartbeats slowed. Muscles locked. The device was working exactly as designed. Inside the tunnel, Adam lay pressed against the floor. Pain spread through his arms and legs. It felt like his bones were being pushed together. His head rang. He tried to shout, but no sound came out. His body refused to move. Then, something strange happened. Adam blinked. His eyes moved. He felt it clearly. His eyelids opened and closed. His eyes turned to the side. The pain was still there, but his eyes worked. He focused hard. Slowly, with great effort, he moved one finger. The finger twitched. Adam froze, not from the gravity, but from shock. He tried again. The finger moved a little more this time. Pain shot up his arm, but it moved. Outside the station, the alien sensors picked up a small change. The leader leaned closer to the screen. One signal showed minor movement inside the maintenance level. At first, he thought it was an error. He ordered a check. The signal remained. A human was moving. The leader felt confusion for the first time in many cycles. He ordered the gravity field increased slightly. The pressure inside the station grew stronger. Metal groaned, some walls cracked. Human bodies pressed harder against floors and walls. Adam cried out silently. His fingers slammed back down. His vision blurred. He thought this was the end. But after a moment, his breathing steadied. His heart kept beating. Slowly, very slowly, he moved his hand again. He did not understand why he could move. He only knew that he could not give up. If he stopped trying, he felt like he would die. He pushed his palm against the floor. His arm shook badly. Sweat ran into his eyes. With a sound that felt like tearing inside his body, he lifted his upper body a few inches. Inside the alien ship, alarms began to sound softly. Not danger alarms, but warning tones. The gravity device was meeting resistance. That had never happened before. The alien leader ordered full visual focus on the moving human. On the screen, Adam was visible now. His body shook like it might break, but he was clearly pushing himself up. His movements were slow and painful, but they were real. The leader felt something close to fear. He had studied many species. None had ever moved under this field. None. He ordered a capture team prepared. Back on the station, Adam forced himself to his knees. Every muscle screamed. His vision went dark at the edges. He felt like the gravity was trying to crush him into nothing, but something inside him pushed back. His body adapted without him understanding how. He crawled forward, inch by inch. He reached the wall and grabbed a pipe. Using it, he pulled himself up until he was half standing. His legs shook so badly he thought they would snap. He looked down the tunnel and saw something that made his heart sink. Other humans were frozen. A woman floated sideways in the air, her hair locked in place. A man was half-stepping through a doorway, his face stuck in surprise. None of them moved. None of them breathed normally. Adam was alone. He tried to speak. His mouth moved slowly. A sound came out, weak and broken. No one answered. Outside, a dark alien ship moved closer to the station. It ignored the frozen human defense drones. It passed through them like they were nothing. Adam felt the pressure increase again. He fell to one knee. He screamed, this time loud enough to hear himself. His voice echoed down the tunnel. Inside the alien ship, the leader watched closely. The human was still moving, even now. The leader could not allow this. If humans could resist gravity control, they were dangerous beyond measure. He ordered the gravity field adjusted again, focusing on the single moving target. Adam felt like the universe was pressing down on him. His vision went black for a second. He tasted blood. His arms gave out, and he slammed to the floor. For a moment, he did not move. The alien leader relaxed slightly. The human had finally broken. Then Adam moved again. He dragged himself forward, using only his elbows. His legs no longer worked, but his arms still did. Each movement felt like fire tearing through his muscles, but he moved anyway. The leader stared in disbelief. The gravity device began to hum louder. Its systems struggled to keep control. Adam reached a control panel on the wall. He knew it controlled emergency systems. With shaking hands, he tried to press a button. His finger missed. He tried again. The button lit up. A weak emergency signal went out across the station. Inside frozen rooms, a few human eyes blinked. A few fingers twitched. The gravity still held them, but something had changed. The alien leader noticed this immediately. More movement signals appeared, very faint but real. This was no longer a single problem. Adam collapsed fully now. His body could not move anymore. But he smiled weakly. He had done something. He did not know what would happen next, but he knew humans were not as helpless as the aliens thought. Outside, the alien ship locked onto the station, preparing to cut inside and take the moving human. Inside the station, gravity continued to press down, heavier and heavier, as if the universe itself was angry. And somewhere deep inside the gravity device, systems began to strain in ways they were never designed to handle. Adam woke to a dim light. He felt a strange tightness all over his body, but he could move his head slightly. His arms were heavy, but one finger twitched. He tried to remember what had happened. The station was under the alien gravity field, and he had somehow moved when no one else could. Not now. He was inside a room that was not the station's maintenance area. Smooth metal walls surrounded him. The floor hummed faintly. The air felt thick, as if it pressed against his skin. A low voice called from the other side of the room. It was not a human voice, cold, sharp, and strange. Adam turned his head slowly. Across the room, an alien figure stood watching. Its body was long and thin, its skin dark with a shiny surface. Its eyes were large and black, but they seemed to focus on him with curiosity. Other aliens filled the room, standing stiffly. They did not move forward. They only watched. Adam tried to move, but his legs felt like they were made of stone. He leaned on his elbows and dragged himself a few inches. Pain burned in his arms, but he moved anyway. One of the aliens stepped closer. Adam froze, unsure if he should continue. The alien looked at him and made a sound. It was almost like a click, but Adam could not understand it. The alien turned to another figure behind it and repeated the sound. That figure approached a panel and pressed something. The room hummed louder. Suddenly, Adam realized he could move a little faster. His arms no longer burned as much. His fingers lifted, and he could touch the floor. He pressed himself up, slowly standing. His knees shook violently. His head spun, but he stayed upright. The aliens stepped back slightly. They did not expect him to move so soon. Adam understood something. The gravity field worked differently on humans. It slowed them. It hurt them, but it could not stop them completely. His species was strong in ways the aliens did not understand. He could survive the pressure because his body could adapt. He just had to keep moving. A door opened, and a human appeared. She was young, with short hair. Her eyes blinked rapidly, and her body was stiff. "Adam?" she whispered. Her voice trembled, but she was moving. Slowly, she walked toward him, using the walls for support. Adam reached out and held her arm. "We need to get out," he said, his voice rough. "It won't stop us if we keep moving." She nodded. "I'm Elena. I was in the lab when it happened. I thought I was done for." Adam helped her along. They moved slowly at first, but as they went, they noticed something incredible. More humans in the ship's corridors began to twitch and move, small at first, almost invisible, but real. Fingers flexed, eyes blinked, heads turned. The more they moved, the more others followed. Outside the ship, the alien leader noticed the change. His face twisted in confusion and anger. "How is this possible?" he demanded. Every test showed complete immobilization. None survived even a fraction of normal movement. Another alien replied, voice sharp and fast. "It appears their species adapts to gravity control. The more pressure we apply, the more they resist." The leader slammed his clawed hand on the console. "Impossible."
"Increase the field, double it."
"Triple it." They must stop. Back inside the ship, Adam and Elena reached a wider corridor. There, a human pilot named Ryan appeared. His legs were stiff, but he was walking slowly. He held a small control panel, trying to override something. "We need to get to the control room," he said. "If we can reach the gravity core, we can stop this." Then we move together. Pain or not, we keep moving. They crawled and walked through the long corridors. The gravity pressure made each step heavy. Every movement sent fire through their muscles. Adam's arms were red from friction against the floor. Elena gritted her teeth as she pulled herself forward. Ryan's legs shook violently, but he refused to fall. The aliens tried to stop them. Beams of energy shot toward the humans. They were slow, almost frozen, but the beams moved faster. Adam and his group ducked behind metal panels. Elena pressed a button on a nearby console. It opened a small maintenance hatch. They crawled through, barely escaping the alien beams. In the core observation room, the alien leader watched with growing panic. Sensors showed the humans moving, slowly but steadily. The data streamed into a glowing screen. More signals appeared in the hallways. The leader pressed another control panel. He tried to adjust the field for just these humans, but the readings fluctuated wildly. Adam noticed the ship's internal gravity fluctuating. The pressure went up and down slightly. He realized that small movement caused the device to lose focus. Every twitch, every crawl, every step made the field weaker. "Keep moving," Adam said to Elena and Ryan. "Every inch counts. We weaken them as we move." They continued crawling through service corridors. Some humans in other parts of the ship were still frozen, but a few more started moving. Fingers flexed, eyes opened, and soon some arms reached forward. Movement spread slowly but surely. Outside the ship, the alien leader's hands shook. "Increase it again," he yelled. "Destroy them." The aliens pushed the gravity to extreme levels. The floors bent, metal beams creaked. Some corridors collapsed under the strain. Humans fell, but immediately got up, their bodies screaming with pain. Adam felt a burning sensation in his lungs and arms, but he forced himself to continue. "I can't feel my legs anymore." "You will," Adam said, "but you have to keep moving. That's all that matters." Ryan noticed a panel on the wall. It was glowing faintly. "This is the control junction. If we can reach it, we can disrupt the field." Adam nodded. "Then we crawl. Step by step, the corridor narrowed. Metal walls warped under pressure. Gravity made their bodies heavy like they were stepping through water. Each movement required every ounce of strength. Adam felt his fingers scrape against the metal. Pain shot up his arms. He nearly collapsed, but then he saw a sign of hope. Another human appeared in the distance. A small girl named Mia had started moving. She crawled slowly, dragging herself along the floor. Her eyes were wide with fear. When she saw Adam and Elena, she nodded slightly. Movement was contagious. Inside the alien observation deck, the leader leaned forward, studying the screens. "Impossible," he whispered. "Their movement spreads. It grows stronger." A young alien officer spoke. "Sir, we cannot maintain full control. Their bodies resist. The more they fight, the less effective the device becomes." The leader's eyes narrowed. "Then we adapt. We crush them." Full planetary pressure. Everything stops. In the corridors, Adam and the group reached a junction. The gravity was strongest here. Metal walls bent and creaked. Panels fell from the ceiling. They fell to the floor with a loud crash. Dust filled the air. Adam pushed himself forward. Pain exploded in his chest and legs, but he kept crawling. Elena followed, her hands shaking. Ryan held the panel tightly, his body straining with the effort. The small group reached the control junction. Lights flickered. Panels sparked. The gravity device hummed loudly, almost like it was screaming. Adam reached for the main console. His hands shook violently. He pressed buttons, flipped levers, and listened to the alarms rise. Suddenly, the gravity in the corridor weakened slightly. Their movements became easier. Other humans in the ship felt it too. Fingers flexed, heads turned, and more people crawled toward the junction. Outside, the alien leader noticed the change. "They move too much," he shouted. "They are breaking the system." The young alien officer replied, fear in its voice. "Sir, they are not just resisting. They are using the device against itself. Their movement destabilizes the core." Adam pressed the final lever. Sparks flew. Panels burned. Alarms blared. The gravity field flickered. He felt an immense pressure, but also a strange sense of power. The humans were moving again, free in small ways. Elena collapsed, gasping for air. "Is it working?" Adam looked at the junction. The lights on the control panel were flickering. The gravity field was unstable. "Yes," he said, "but we are not done. We have to keep moving. Every step we take weakens them more." Ryan looked at him with determination. "Then we move together. Pain or no pain, they will not stop us." Outside the ship, alarms blared. The alien leader's face was pale, and rage replaced his calm demeanor. He realized that humans were different. They could move under conditions no other species could survive. Fear spread among the alien fleet. Inside the ship, Adam, Elena, Ryan, and the small group of humans continued their slow, painful crawl toward the heart of the gravity device. Every movement caused sparks, groaning metal, and waves of pressure. But they moved. Slowly, painfully, and steadily, they moved forward. The battle had changed. It was no longer humans against aliens. It was humans against impossible odds. The aliens had control over machines and fields, but the humans had something the aliens could not understand: the ability to fight back by moving. Every inch, every crawl, every step became their weapon, and the aliens realized, too late, that movement was more than resistance. It was power. The gravity device hummed. Lights flickered, panels burned. And Adam, bleeding, exhausted, and shaking, took another step forward. He was not alone. Humans across the ship were starting to move. The tide was turning. The aliens were no longer in full control. Adam gritted his teeth and whispered, "We will not stop."
Not now, not ever.
And somewhere deep inside the heart of the ship, the gravity device trembled under the will of human movement. Adam's body ached with every movement. His arms burned, his legs trembled, and his lungs felt as though they were filled with lead. Yet he kept moving. Each step, each crawl, each reach for a handhold weakened the alien gravity device slightly. Elena and Ryan followed close behind, their faces pale and strained, but their determination unbroken. Other humans in the corridors had begun moving as well. Fingers flexed, arms pushed against walls, and legs bent with effort. The power of human movement was spreading through the ship. The alien leader watched in disbelief. Every sensor in the room showed movement where none should exist. Humans were breaking through the field, and the device was struggling to maintain control. He slammed his claws on the console. "Impossible! Increase the field to maximum." His voice echoed through the dark ship. "Crush them! Freeze them completely!" A younger officer hesitated. "Sir, their movement is not slowing. Each time they move, the device's output fluctuates. It is unstable. Fluctuating or not, they will stop," the leader roared. "If they survive this, we have underestimated them. That is unacceptable. Back in the corridor, Adam led the group toward the ship's central core. Metal beams bent and groaned above their heads. Sparks rained from damaged panels. Gravity pressed down on them like the weight of a planet. They stumbled, fell, and rose again, refusing to give in. Pain lanced through every muscle, but every inch forward made the device weaker. Elena gasped as she pulled herself along. "I don't know how much longer I can do this," she whispered. "My legs, they don't respond." Adam grabbed her arm. "You can. We all can. Just one step at a time, 1 inch at a time." "That's enough. There's a junction up there. If we reach it, we can access the device's control system." Adam nodded.
Then we keep moving. The corridor widened into a large chamber. At the center, the gravity device loomed.
It was enormous, a swirling mass of energy contained within a metallic structure. It pulsed, humming like a living thing. Every movement of the humans caused the pulses to falter slightly, sending sparks across the room. The walls vibrated. The air itself seemed unstable. Aliens stationed around the device shouted at Adam and the group. Energy beams shot toward them, but their movements were precise, instinctive. Adam rolled to the side as a beam struck the wall behind him. He grabbed a support bar and pulled himself upright. Elena slid beside him, breathing heavily, her hands raw from scraping against the metal floor. Ryan used a loose panel to shield himself as he moved. Humans in other parts of the ship had begun to crawl forward, slowly forming a chain of movement toward the core. Fingers pressed buttons, arms lifted debris, legs pushed against walls. Every movement made the alien control systems falter. The more they moved, the weaker the field became. The alien leader's face twisted in rage.
"They are destabilizing the system with their bodies. Increase the field."
"Burn them into submission." The aliens surged forward, but the humans were ready. Adam grabbed a lever on the wall and yanked it. Sparks flew. A section of the gravity field flickered, releasing pressure in a small area. Elena and Ryan moved through it, pulling other humans with them. The alien beams struck empty space, missing their targets. Adam's body screamed in pain. His arms and legs shook violently. He fell to the floor, his chest pressed against the cold metal. Blood ran from his lips, but he forced himself to crawl. Every movement sent waves of agony through him, but he persisted. The humans around him were doing the same. Every inch forward was a victory. The alien leader roared, his voice filled with frustration and disbelief. "Stop them! Crush them! They are resisting! They are moving!" A young alien officer spoke hesitantly. "Sir, it is amplifying. Each human who moves increases the instability. The device is failing." The leader's claws dug into the console. "Then destroy them before it collapses. Destroy them now." Ryan began to work on it, pressing buttons and flipping switches. Sparks and smoke filled the room, but the gravity pulses weakened further. Elena pressed herself against a wall, recovering enough strength to help pull another human forward. The human's movements became faster, more coordinated. Fingers pushed panels, arms dragged heavy metal, legs stepped over debris. The device's hum faltered. Pulses of energy that once pressed them to the ground now wavered. Small cracks appeared on the metallic surface. Outside the core chamber, the alien leader watched as their systems collapsed. His eyes widened in fear. They are too strong. They will not stop. Inside, Adam reached the main console. Pain tore through him as he pressed buttons and flipped levers. The gravity field faltered with each movement. Sparks flew across the room. Lights flickered. The energy pulses of the device wavered like a heartbeat under strain. Elena looked at him with wide eyes. Adam, it's working. The field is weakening. Yes, Adam said through gritted teeth. But we are not done. We have to keep moving. Every inch counts. Ryan pointed to a cluster of humans still frozen. We can help them move if we reach them. Adam nodded.
Then we split. You take them.
Elena and I will push forward to the core. They moved carefully, pulling and guiding humans. Every step they took weakened the gravity field slightly more. The energy pulses began to crack, and sparking arcs ran across the walls. The aliens tried to maintain control, but their systems were failing. Adam and Elena reached the final set of panels near the device's core. The hum of energy was deafening. Sparks rained from the ceiling. The device pulsed violently, almost as if it were alive. Every inch forward was agony. Adam's arms shook. His legs refused to hold him. But he forced himself up inch by inch toward the control panel. Elena followed, her hands raw and bleeding. I can't move my legs," she whispered. "You are moving," Adam said firmly. "That is all that matters. Keep going." Ryan and the humans they had freed were behind them, helping others crawl forward. Fingers, hands, and arms pressed against walls, lifting debris, dragging bodies. Movement spread like wildfire. The device struggled against the combined strength of human determination. The alien leader's face twisted in horror. They are moving together. They are amplifying each other's strength. Stop them now. The humans reached the device core. Sparks flew as Adam pressed the final sequence on the console. Energy pulses faltered. The hum of the device faltered. Cracks appeared across the metallic structure. The gravity field wavered violently, losing power in sections. Adam fell to the floor, exhausted. Pain screamed through every part of his body. Elena collapsed beside him, gasping. Ryan held a human boy who had just learned to move, guiding him to safety. The device's pulses became erratic. Sections of the core flared with unstable energy. Humans moved freely in small zones where the field had collapsed. Fingers flexed, arms lifted, and legs carried bodies forward. Every movement made the device weaker. The alien leader slammed his claws on the console in rage. "No! This is impossible! Humans cannot resist. They are not supposed to move under full gravity suppression." A young alien officer spoke cautiously. "Sir, their movement, it is destabilizing the core. If we push further, the device may collapse entirely." "Then destroy them before it collapses!" the leader shouted. Inside the core chamber, Adam looked at Elena and nodded. "We keep moving. Every second counts." The humans pushed forward, every inch of their bodies a battle against pain and the alien device. Sparks flew. Metal twisted. Energy pulses faltered. The gravity field weakened in more sections. Outside the core chamber, alarms blared across the ship. The alien leader's face was pale. Systems began to fail. He realized too late that humans were not just surviving the gravity field. They were using their movement as a weapon against it. Adam reached the main console again. His fingers pressed buttons and levers, blood running down his hands. Sparks and smoke filled the air. The energy pulses of the gravity device wavered violently. Each movement from the humans outside and inside amplified the instability. Helena pulled herself up beside him, placing her hand on the console. "It's almost done," she whispered. Adam nodded. "We finished this together. Keep moving." Every inch weakens them. The gravity device trembled. sparks flying. Humans moved through corridors, dragging others, crawling, pushing forward. The device struggled to maintain control. Energy pulses flared, then faltered. The alien leader watched in disbelief as his ultimate weapon failed. Humans were not stopped. Humans were moving. And every step, every crawl, every inch brought the humans closer to victory. Adam, Elena, Ryan, and the humans around them pressed forward, moving against impossible odds. Pain, fatigue, and pressure could not stop them. Humans had discovered something the aliens could not understand. Movement itself was power, and it could not be stopped. The device hummed loudly, then faltered again. Cracks spreading across its core. Sparks and energy arcs filled the chamber. Adam gritted his teeth, forced himself to his feet, and took another step. Elena and Ryan followed. Other humans pushed forward behind them, and somewhere deep inside the alien ship, the gravity device trembled under the relentless will of human movement. Adam's body was screaming. Every muscle burned, every joint felt as though it might shatter, and his lungs were on fire. Yet he forced himself to keep moving. Each step, each crawl, each pull forward was a battle. Around him, the corridors of the alien ship groaned under stress. Sparks fell from cracked panels, metal warped, and the air vibrated with energy pulses from the failing gravity device. Yet the humans pressed forward. Their determination created small zones of freedom where movement became slightly easier. Every inch they gained weakened the alien control, and more humans began to respond, their fingers twitching, their muscles flexing, their eyes opening. Elena followed closely, supporting herself on the metal walls. Her hands were raw, her arms shaking, but her determination matched Adam's. "We are close to the core," she whispered, her voice trembling.
If we can reach it, maybe we can shut it down completely. Adam nodded, though he barely had the strength to keep his head upright. "We have to move," he said.
"Every second counts. Every inch is a victory." Ryan was beside them, helping guide two smaller humans who had only just started moving. Their movements were slow and uncoordinated, but Adam knew every small effort contributed to weakening the device. They crawled over fallen panels, through sparks over twisted metal. Each step, painful and slow, chipped away at the alien system's control. The alien leader watched from the observation deck. His hands shook as he observed the monitors. Every system showed unexpected movement. Humans were moving in ways no species had ever resisted under his gravity fields.
"Impossible," he muttered.
They should not be able to move. Every calculation said they would stop. Every sensor confirmed it. Yet, they move. A young officer spoke, hesitant and fearful. "Sir, their movement, it is not only resisting, it is destabilizing the device. The more they move, the weaker it becomes." The leader slammed his clawed hand on the console, then stopped them. "Crush them before they destabilize everything." Inside the corridors, Adam and the group reached a junction. The gravity pressure here was extreme. Metal beams bent under the strain, sparks raining from overhead panels. Adam fell to the floor, his body trembling violently. Pain lanced through his chest, arms, and legs, but he forced himself to crawl forward. Ayla helped a small human child beside him, dragging him inch by inch through the chaos. Ryan lifted a metal panel to shield others from energy beams that the aliens shot to stop them. The humans' movements spread like wildfire. Fingers pressed buttons, arms dragged debris, legs carried bodies. Every movement made the alien control systems falter further. The energy pulses of the device wavered. Cracks appeared in its metallic shell. Sparks danced across its surface. The alien leader's face twisted in fear and rage. "They are amplifying each other's strength. They are too strong. Stop them! But the humans pressed on. Adam reached the outer edge of the core chamber. The gravity pulsed violently, trying to crush them. Sparks flew, panels twisted, and the air seemed to vibrate with raw energy. Pain tore through Adam's body, but he pressed forward, dragging Elena beside him. Ryan followed with a group of humans who had recently started moving, their small hands clutching each other for support. Adam reached the console near the device. His fingers were raw, bleeding, shaking uncontrollably, but he pressed buttons and flipped levers. Sparks flew, and the humming of the gravity device faltered slightly. The pressure on the humans eased, just enough for their movements to become faster. Fingers flexed, arms lifted, legs carried them forward. The energy pulses of the device became unstable. Elena collapsed beside him, gasping for air. "It's working," she whispered. Adam nodded, though he could barely hold himself upright. "Keep moving. Every inch we move weakens them more." The humans around them moved in a chain, pulling each other forward. Hands grabbed debris, fingers pushed panels, arms lifted bodies. Every action caused the gravity field to falter further. Sparks rained from the ceiling, and the device pulsed violently. The alien leader watched in horror as his ultimate weapon began to fail. The humans' combined movement had destabilized the core. Alarms blared. The control systems flickered. The energy pulses faltered. Inside the core chamber, Adam and the humans pressed forward. Each movement was agony, yet each step amplified the instability. Panels fell around them. Sparks flew. The air itself seemed charged with energy. The gravity field weakened in sections, freeing more humans to move. Fingers flexed, legs bent, and arms lifted. The leader shouted through the observation deck, "Stop them! Do not let them reach the core." A young officer spoke quietly. "Sir, it is too late. Their movement is unstoppable. Every inch they gain destabilizes the device further. They are using their bodies as a weapon."
Adam reached the heart of the core chamber.
The gravity pulsed violently, trying to crush him. Sparks erupted from the device. Panels twisted. Metal groaned. Elena collapsed beside him but pressed herself against the console to help guide others. Ryan helped pull a small human boy who had just learned to move. Adam gritted his teeth. His hands were raw, his body trembling violently. He pressed the final sequence on the console. Sparks flew, lights flickered, and the gravity field faltered further. The device shuddered, energy pulses fluctuating violently. Humans in the ship's corridors responded. Fingers flexed, arms lifted, legs carried bodies forward. Movement spread across the ship. The alien leader's face turned pale. Systems failed one by one. The ultimate weapon of the alien fleet was collapsing. Humans were not just surviving, they were using their movement to destroy it. Adam and Elena, exhausted and bleeding, pressed forward with Ryan and the humans beside them. Sparks and energy arcs filled the chamber. Every inch moved was a victory. The gravity field weakened with every movement. Humans crawled, dragged, and lifted each other. Their bodies were torn, bleeding, but they moved. The alien leader watched as his weapon failed completely. Humans were moving freely in sections of the ship. Every movement caused cracks in the core device. Sparks rained across the chamber. The humming of the device was uneven, faltering with each pulse. Adam pressed the final lever. The energy pulses faltered violently. Sparks flew, lights flickered, and the device shuddered. The humans around him moved freely in small zones. Every inch they advanced weakened the device further. Elena whispered, "It's almost done. We can finish this." Adam nodded, his body trembling violently. "Then we finish it." Every movement counts. Every inch matters. The humans moved forward together. Pain screamed through every part of their bodies, yet they pressed on. Sparks flew. Metal twisted. Energy pulses faltered. The gravity field weakened. Outside the core chamber, alarms blared. The alien leader realized that humans had overcome his ultimate weapon. He stared in disbelief as the humans' combined willpower and movement had destabilized the gravity device completely. Inside the chamber, Adam, Elena, Ryan, and the humans pressed forward, inch by inch, using movement itself as a weapon. The gravity device shuddered violently. Sparks flew. Panels twisted. Energy pulses faltered. Humans had discovered something the aliens could not understand. Movement under pressure was not weakness. It was power. And with each inch, they became unstoppable. Adam gritted his teeth and pressed forward one more time. Helena and Ryan followed, supporting others. The device pulsed and groaned under the strain. Sparks flew across the chamber. Energy pulses flickered. Humans moved, crawled, lifted, and dragged each other forward. The alien leader watched, pale and trembling. His ultimate weapon was failing. Humans were moving, surviving, and turning their movement into the device's weakness. Every inch, every step, every movement pushed them closer to victory. Adam's voice, raw and trembling, whispered to the humans around him, "Keep moving. Do not stop. Every inch is our power." The device shuddered violently. Sparks flew. Energy pulses faltered. Humans moved freely. The alien fleet could not stop them. The battle had changed. Humans were not victims. Humans were unstoppable, and movement itself had become their greatest weapon. Adam's body screamed with pain, but he refused to stop. Every step, every crawl, every movement tore at his muscles, yet he pushed forward. Sparks rained from broken panels above, and the air was thick with heat and charged energy. The gravity device pulsed violently, trying to crush him and the humans beside him, but with every inch they moved, the device weakened. Elena clung to a twisted metal bar, pulling herself forward, her hands raw, but her determination strong. Ryan supported two smaller humans, dragging them inch by inch toward the device core. Every human in the corridors was moving now, fingers pressing buttons, arms lifting debris, legs pushing against the warped floors. Movement spread across the ship like a wave, unstoppable and powerful. The alien leader's face twisted in rage and disbelief. Every system of the ship showed unexpected movement. "Impossible," he roared. "They cannot resist. Every calculation said they would stop. Every test confirmed it."
"Yet they move."
A young alien officer spoke hesitantly. "Sir, their movement is not just resisting. It is destabilizing the device. Each movement amplifies the instability. The core is failing." The leader slammed his clawed hand on the console. "Then destroy them before it collapses. Stop them now." Inside the corridors, Adam pressed forward. Every movement burned like fire through his body. Sparks struck the floor and walls as panels twisted and fell. Metal groaned. The gravity pressure shifted violently, yet Adam crawled, inch by inch. Elena followed him, dragging herself and guiding other humans toward the core. Ryan shielded those behind him from alien energy beams, moving as fast as the gravity would allow. The humans' movements spread through the ship like wildfire. Fingers flexed, arms lifted, legs carried bodies forward. Every motion weakened the alien control systems further. The gravity field wavered, faltered, and cracked. Energy pulses shivered violently, and sparks danced across the walls. The alien leader's face turned pale. Systems failed one by one.
No.
"They cannot! They are moving freely!" he shouted. Adam reached a junction near the core chamber. Sparks flew from panels. Metal bent and groaned. The air vibrated with raw energy. Pain shot through Adam's arms, chest, and legs, but he forced himself up. Elena and Ryan followed. Behind them, humans who had just started moving joined the chain. Every inch forward weakened the device. Every movement destabilized the alien control. Adam pressed the final lever near the control panel. Sparks flew. Lights flickered. The gravity field faltered further. Small zones of freedom opened. Humans began to move more easily. Fingers flexed, arms lifted, legs carried them forward. Movement spread through the ship. The alien leader's claws dug into the console. "Stop them! Crush them! They are destabilizing the device." But it was too late. Humans reached the heart of the core chamber. Sparks erupted from the gravity device. Panels fell. Metal groaned. Energy pulses flared violently. Adam and Elena pressed themselves against the console, guiding humans through the chaos. Ryan helped drag a small boy who had just learned to move. Every inch they advanced weakened the device further. The alien leader's face turned white with fear. They are using their movement as a weapon. "Stop them!" Adam gritted his teeth, ignoring the fire in his muscles. He pressed buttons and flipped levers. Sparks flew across the room. The energy pulses faltered violently. Humans around him moved freely, crawling, lifting, dragging each other. Every movement amplified the instability. Elena whispered, "It's almost done. We can finish this." Adam nodded, his hands raw and shaking. "Keep moving. Every inch counts." The humans pressed forward together. Pain screamed through every part of their bodies, yet they refused to stop. Sparks flew. Metal twisted. Energy pulses faltered. The gravity field weakened. Fingers flexed. Arms lifted. Legs carried bodies forward. Movement spread through the ship, unstoppable. The alien leader watched in disbelief. His ultimate weapon was failing. Humans had turned their movement into the device's weakness. Every inch gained amplified the instability. Systems failed one by one. Energy pulses faltered. Adam, Elena, Ryan, and the humans pressed forward into the heart of the core. Every movement was agony, yet they persisted. Panels twisted, sparks flew, the air vibrated with energy. Humans moved freely in sections where the field had collapsed. Every movement weakened the device further. Adam pressed the final sequence on the console. Sparks shot across the chamber. Lights flickered. Energy pulses shivered violently. The gravity field collapsed in small sections. Humans moved freely, dragging others, crawling, lifting, pushing forward. Movement spread through the ship like a storm. The alien leader realized too late that humans had overcome the gravity device. They were moving, surviving, and using their movement to destroy it. Fear replaced his rage. Systems failed. Alarms blared. The ultimate weapon of the alien fleet was collapsing. Adam, Elena, Ryan, and the humans moved together. Sparks flew. Panels twisted. Energy pulses faltered. Every movement pushed them closer to victory. The ship groaned. Metal cracked, lights flickered. Adam pressed one more lever. Sparks erupted. Energy pulses shivered violently. The gravity device trembled under the combined power of human movement. Zones of freedom spread across the ship. Humans moved without restraint. Every inch they gained weakened the device. The alien leader stared in disbelief.
No, they are too strong. Their movement is destroying everything.
Inside the core chamber, Adam, Elena, and Ryan pressed forward. Sparks rained from the ceiling. Panels fell. Energy pulses faltered. Humans moved freely. Every inch forward weakened the device further. The alien's control was gone. Movement had become the weapon of the humans. Adam looked around at the humans struggling beside him. Their faces were pale, their bodies raw, their muscles on fire, but their determination burned stronger than ever. "Keep moving," he whispered. "Every inch is our strength.
Every step is our weapon." Elena nodded, her hand shaking violently.
"We will finish this. We have to."
Move, he said. Every step counts.
Sparks flew. Panels twisted. Energy pulses faltered. The gravity field continued to collapse. Humans moved, dragging each other forward, crawling, lifting, pressing against walls. Every movement destabilized the device further. The alien leader's face turned pale. Systems failed across the ship. His ultimate weapon was gone. Humans had survived the gravity suppression. Humans had turned movement into power, and now they were unstoppable. Adam pressed the final lever on the console again. Sparks shot into the air. Lights flickered. Energy pulses shattered violently. The gravity device trembled under the relentless power of human movement. Elena, Ryan, and the humans moved freely through sections of the ship. Fingers flexed, arms lifted, legs carried bodies forward. Movement spread, unstoppable. Every inch pushed them closer to victory. The alien leader realized the truth too late. Humans were not victims. Humans were unstoppable. Movement itself had become their greatest weapon. Adam gritted his teeth and took another step. Elena and Ryan followed. The humans around them pressed forward. Sparks flew. Panels twisted. Energy pulses faltered. Humans moved, crawled, lifted, and dragged each other. Every inch forward weakened the device further. The alien fleet watched in silence as their ultimate weapon failed. Humans were moving freely, surviving, and using movement to destroy the device. Every inch, every step, every action pushed them closer to victory. Adam whispered to the humans around him, "Do not stop. Every inch is power. Every movement is strength." The device trembled violently. Sparks flew. Energy pulses faltered. Humans moved freely, unstoppable, victorious in their struggle against impossible odds. Dom's body burned with pain, every muscle screaming with exhaustion, yet he forced himself to move. Sparks flew from broken panels, and the air around the core chamber vibrated with unstable energy pulses. The gravity device was shuddering violently. Weakened by every inch, humans had crawled, dragged, and stepped forward. His arms shook uncontrollably. Blood ran down his hands. Yet he pressed forward. Elena crawled beside him, her face pale, hands raw, dragging a smaller human girl who had just begun moving. Ryan followed, lifting debris and supporting those who stumbled. The humans in the corridors and chambers around the core had begun to move more freely as the device weakened, their fingers flexing, arms lifting, and legs carrying bodies forward. Every movement made the device weaker, every inch closer to victory. The alien leader watched from his observation deck, his face pale and twisted with fear. Impossible, he whispered. Humans should be immobilized. Every calculation, every test said they would stop, yet they move. They move, and they are destroying everything. Sir, their movement is amplifying the instability. The core is failing. If they continue, the device may collapse entirely. The leader slammed his claws on the console. Then stop them. Destroy them now. Inside the core chamber, Adam reached the central console. Sparks flew from broken panels. Energy pulses flared and faltered. His hands were raw, trembling violently. Yet he pressed buttons and flipped levers. Elena pressed herself against the console beside him, guiding other humans through the chaos. Ryan pulled a young boy to safety, supporting his small body as they moved. Every inch advanced weakened the gravity device further. The human's movement spread through the ship like wildfire. Fingers flexed, arms lifted, legs carried bodies forward. Every action destabilized the device, energy pulses flickering violently. Sparks danced across walls and ceilings, metal twisted, groaning under the pressure of energy fluctuations. The alien leader shouted rage and fear in his voice.
They are too strong. Their movement is destroying my device.
Stop them! But it was too late. Humans pressed forward, inch by inch, unstoppable. Adam gritted his teeth, ignoring the agony in his muscles, bones, and lungs. Every movement contributed to weakening the device. Elena guided others, her hands shaking but strong. Ryan and the humans they had freed pushed through the chaos, helping those who stumbled or fell. Adam pressed the final sequence on the console. Sparks erupted, panels twisted, and the gravity field began to collapse in sections. Humans moved freely where the field had faltered. Fingers flexed, arms lifted, legs carried bodies forward. Movement spread through the ship uncontrollably. The alien leader watched, pale and trembling. Systems failed one by one. His ultimate weapon was gone. Humans had survived and turned movement into power. Panic replaced his anger. The fleet outside faltered, unsure what to do as alarms blared throughout the ship. Inside the chamber, Adam and Elena pressed forward. Ryan helped pull a small human child. The human's determination was unstoppable. Every inch gained destabilized the device further. Sparks flew from broken panels. Metal twisted and bent. The gravity field weakened. Movement became easier in small sections, and more humans joined the effort. We finished this together. Every step counts. Every inch is our strength. Elena nodded.
We can do this. We will do this.
The humans pressed on, crawling, dragging, lifting, pressing forward. Every movement weakened the device further. Energy pulses flared and faltered. Sparks flew across the chamber. The gravity field was collapsing. The human's movement had become the weapon. The alien leader's face turned pale. Systems failed throughout the ship. His ultimate weapon had been defeated by the resilience and determination of humans. They moved freely, surviving and using their movement to destroy the device. Every inch pushed them closer to victory. Adam reached the heart of the gravity device. Panels flickered, sparks flew, and energy pulses shivered violently. His body shook, every muscle on fire, but he pressed forward. Elena and Ryan followed, guiding humans around him. Every movement weakened the device further. The humans' movements were synchronized, unplanned, but united by determination. Fingers flexed, arms lifted, legs carried bodies forward. Every step destabilized the energy pulses more. Sparks rained from the ceiling. Panels twisted and fell. The air vibrated with unstable energy. Adam pressed the final lever. The device trembled violently. Sparks shot across the chamber. Energy pulses faltered. Sections of the gravity field collapsed entirely. Humans moved freely in zones that had been impossible moments ago. Every inch they advanced weakened the device further. The alien leader watched in horror.
No, they cannot.
They are too strong. Their movement is destroying everything. Adam and Elena moved together toward the main control area of the device. Sparks flew, panels fell, and the energy pulses faltered. Ryan helped lift a young boy who had just started moving. The chain of human movement was unstoppable. Adam gritted his teeth, forcing his body forward. Every muscle screamed, yet he advanced. Every inch pressed against the failing gravity field amplified its instability. Humans moved, dragging each other, crawling, lifting, and pushing forward. Elena placed a hand on Adam's shoulder. We're almost there. The device is unstable. One more push. Adam nodded, blood running down his hands. He pressed the final sequence on the console again. Sparks erupted, lights flickered, and energy pulses shattered violently. The gravity field collapsed in large sections. Humans moved freely, dragging others, lifting, crawling forward. Every movement weakened the device further. The alien leader realized the truth. Humans had survived. They had turned their movement into a weapon. Every inch, every step, every motion destroyed the device. Fear replaced all anger. His ultimate weapon was gone. Adam, Elena, Ryan, and the humans moved through the collapsing ship. Sparks flew, metal twisted, and panels fell. Every inch forward pushed the humans closer to victory. The gravity field was failing entirely. Adam pressed one more lever. Sparks shot into the air. Energy pulses shivered violently. Humans moved freely, unstoppable. Every movement was a victory. Every inch gained weakened the device further. Elena whispered, "It's done. The field is gone." Adam nodded, exhausted, his body shaking violently. "We won. We survived. Humans can move when nothing else can stop them." Ryan lifted a child into his arms. "We did it. They can't stop us." His ultimate weapon had been destroyed by human determination and movement. Systems failed across the ship. Alarms blared. Sparks rained from panels. The gravity field was gone. Humans stood, trembling, bleeding, exhausted but alive. Movement had defeated what the aliens thought was invincible. Sparks continued to fall around them, but humans moved freely, helping each other to their feet. Every inch of motion had been a victory. Adam looked around at the humans beside him. Their faces were pale, hands raw, bodies bleeding, but determination shone in their eyes.
"We moved when nothing else could," he said.
"We survived when they thought we couldn't. Humans are stronger under pressure. We are unstoppable." The aliens retreated from the ship, their fleet in disarray. They sent warnings to others of their kind, but humans had survived, and the gravity device had been destroyed. Sparks fell, panels twisted, and the ship groaned. Humans moved through the wreckage, helping each other. Every inch of movement had been their weapon. Every step had been their victory. Adam, Elena, Ryan, and the humans around them stood tall, exhausted, but alive. They had faced impossible odds, survived the strongest gravity suppression ever created, and discovered a truth no alien had understood. Human movement under pressure was unstoppable. The ship around them groaned, sparks fell, and energy flickered, but humans moved forward. They were stronger, determined, and victorious. Movement itself had become their greatest weapon, and nothing could stop them. Far away, alien forces received the warning. They would remember humanity, but for now humans had survived, humans had moved, and humans had won. Adam breathed heavily, his body raw and trembling. He looked at Elena, Ryan, and the humans around him.
We survived, he said, and we will survive again.
Nothing can stop us when we move. The humans walked slowly through the ship, helping each other, supporting each other. Sparks fell around them. Panels twisted and groaned. The gravity device was destroyed. Movement had won. Humanity had survived. And somewhere far beyond the stars, other alien forces began to take note of a species they could never control. Humans had moved when nothing else could, and that movement had become unstoppable.